How's it going, everybody? My name is BobaTalks and welcome to my Gotham Season 4 Episode 15 trailer, breakdown, reaction and review, whatever you want to call it. So if you're new here, what I do is I watch the trailer along with you for the first time. I haven't seen it so far. I also want to apologize. This trailer at the minute, as I'm about to watch it, seems like it's just been cut off and recorded from the TV. I don't think Gotham have got round to uploading it yet, but mind you, by the time I'm editing this, maybe they have and I might put the proper one in. But regardless, if you go ahead and enjoy this video, guys, I really appreciate if you hit that like button, and if you're new here, why not subscribe for more Gotham videos. So the synopsis for episode 15, The Sinking Ship, The Grand Applause, is as follows. Bullock and Gordon try to track down someone who is key in Sophia's control over Gotham. Meanwhile, Penguin, Lee, and Nigma enlist an unlikely ally as they seek revenge, and Selina asks Bruce for a favor to help her get rid of her guilt over Ivy. Okay, so I guess without further ado, let's listen and watch this trailer.
Supposed to say, I need help.
Okay, cool. I was excited for this when I saw it before.
We both want Sophia to go away.
Oh.
Beg me for your life.
Gotham, all new next Thursday on Fox.
Basically I had this in my editing software and it just crashed. So I'm gonna have to watch that end bit again, but all I saw was Jim on the floor like, ah. Okay, so after watching that trailer, I'm really excited for the Selina and Bruce sort of team up we're getting this episode. Obviously, it's very foreshadowing of the future when we see them fight alongside each other. And especially as we've seen little segments of this episode before where we've seen them fight and then we saw Selina kind of, you know, walk away as she's sort of, I don't know, like stroking Bruce's face. And it just kind of really does remind you of the flirty relationship Batman, or should I say more Selina has, Catwoman has with Batman in the future. Now, I do wonder what exactly Selina is enlisting Bruce's help for. Is it really just to stop Ivy? How are those two together going to achieve that just by themselves? Because we do see that they are fighting these guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if the people they are fighting are, you know, the people who are seduced by Ivy, saying that she is beautiful, and like if you basically don't think the same thing as them about Ivy, then they're basically probably going to kill you. Regardless of how Selina is going to get Bruce's help to help her guilt over Ivy, as I said earlier, I'm just excited for these two to team up. Things are kind of okay between them now. Bruce is kind of coming out of his asshole phase from the last episode, and I think, you know, Selina will pick that up, and she already kind of has. So I want to hear from you guys in the comment section how you think Bruce and Selina are going to kind of get rid of Selina's guilt over Ivy. Are they going to stop her? Or something else. Now, obviously, in the latest episode, and a lot of us theorized and predicted that this is the way it would go down, Oswald was talking to the Riddler, and the Riddler, when he wrote that note to Penguin, he wanted Oswald's help to basically free him from Edward, because Edward, and let's just take a minute for Ed, because I kind of feel sorry for him, because there is two sides to this guy, and a lot of you are saying the whole Two-Face thing, which is fair enough, but this guy has taken over the nice guy who we saw back in season 1, and well, we saw this season, the guy who cares about Lee, basically an ordinary guy more or less. But, you know, when the Riddler takes over, it is essentially someone brand new. So I kind of feel sorry for the Edward Nigma that gets locked away when the Riddler comes out. But anyway, in this trailer, we do see that the Riddler has freed Oswald, and that they are making their escape in this kind of van, and, you know, Riddler is shooting a gun. And let's just also just take a minute to say that Arkham is probably the most easy place to break out of in the whole world. Yep, this is the place where Batman's rogues gallery always ends up. I think we need a new place to put all these villains. But just to everyone wondering, Jerome, I believe, isn't getting out with Penguin. It truly is just Oswald and the Riddler, and I believe that Jerome will be breaking out with the Mad Hatter next episode, in episode 16. So we'll have to wait for that, and that's going to be something else, and then they'll go on to do their villains, you know, team up. But in the meantime, Oswald and the Riddler are escaping, and from the synopsis, it says that Penguin, Lee, and Nigma enlist an unlikely ally to seek revenge. Now, I'm wondering if they are just kind of, this is not the beginning of the whole villains team up, because that's more Jerome's forte at the end of this season, you know, bringing all those guys together. But I'm kind of thinking that this is like a mini villains team up, because, you know, we have the Penguin, we have the Riddler, and they're working with Lee. And as for revenge, I'm kind of hoping that they're getting ready to take Sophia down, and I'm hoping that will happen very soon, because quite simply, I'm getting a little bit bored of Sophia Falcone. I know not everyone agrees with that, but I want them to evolve past this and get on with other things. Now, as I always talk about, sometimes trailers are cut cleverly and sometimes they do like a double bluff kind of thing. So like I thought the Jerome card wasn't going to happen, but it did. But sometimes when they do that, it doesn't happen. So I thought maybe a similar thing was happening, if you know what I'm trying to say with Jim here talking to Penguin, but I think he is genuinely talking to Penguin. I didn't expect that, but I think even though Oswald has escaped Arkham and it would be Captain Jim Gordon's duty to lock him back up, he's saying, you know, we both want Sophia Falcone to go away. So I think the unlikely ally could very well be Jim Gordon. And it's not really too surprising because as much as Jim is the straight and narrow guy out of everyone in the GCPD and in Gotham, because, yeah, he really is, you know, yeah, fair enough, he goes down a dark path occasionally, but compared to other people, holy crap. He has done things like this before, having to work with people. I mean, for example, he worked with Sophia Falcone to cover up the pig's death, where he didn't really want to. He's going to do the same thing here, like doing one evil to get rid of a bigger evil. And if Jim really does kind of team up with the Riddler and Penguin, how crazy would that be to see for an episode? And we can't forget about Lee as well. So I think this will be a really good episode with these story arcs already going on. You know, we've got Selena, Bruce, Penguin and Riddler escaping and possibly working with Jim to, you know, get Sophia out the way. But it's all going to get to this climactic point in the episode where I think Sophia and Jim are genuinely going to have a shootout moment, and it looks, well, they kind of spoiled it for us. Jim does get shot. I think that's actually going to be kind of a bad wound, but obviously we know he's not going to be anywhere, you know, he's not going to die or anything. And, you know, it seems like Sophia, just judging from the latest episodes with what she's done to Lee and stuff like that, she's on a massive, massive power trip. Like, for no apparent reason other than just to assert control and have power. If she doesn't have power in an arrow, she wants it anyway. She would do anything to do so. And it's just like here, you can see her say, "Beg me for your life." I got a feeling, and I predict, you know, after that, like Oswald or someone would just come around and smack her over the head with a pan. It's not like she's going to finish him off. Jim isn't one to really beg for his life. I think it's going to be one of those moments where he's just biding his time for someone to either take out Sophia, like knocking her out, or kill her, which is a possibility. Who knows? Now, if you guys remember, the synopsis did state that Bullock and Gordon try and track down someone who is key in Sophia's control over Gotham. Now, that could just mean Penguin, but however, in the promo photos for this episode, which we don't get to actually see any of this in the trailer, it looks like Bullock and Gordon go to another kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily a mental, like, asylum place, but just another place where people with mental health conditions might be. But this place looks like a place for where adults are babies or baby-like. So I'm wondering if they're trying to find maybe a relative of the Falcone family who might have some power but is just here. Maybe Sophia or Falcone, or just Sophia herself, put a relative there and drug them up to maybe, I don't know, just keep them out the way. That is just supreme wild speculation, but I really can't really put this piece together. So I'd love for you guys to let me know what you think is going on down in the comments in regards to these promo photos. But apart from that, guys, that has been everything in this trailer to discuss. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you think. Yes, Jerome, I don't think will be so much in this episode, if at all. Big deal. It doesn't really matter. I know some of you guys won't like that, but as I always try and say, Gotham is so much more than just Jerome. It is a show with other characters and other things as well. But anyway, you know, Jerome will be back full swing, you know, in the following episodes to come, right up until the finale. So don't worry for all the people who are kicking and screaming about that. If you guys got to this point and you did enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate if you hit that thumbs up and like button. If you're new to this channel, why not subscribe to stay up to date with more videos just like this on Gotham. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram on the links popping up on the screen here. But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.